Well, hello. It is day 4 of Regen Week, and we are thrilled to be here with two representatives of the Arhuaco tribe of Colombia. We have Boon Kwanimaku and Rogelio, and we will be diving into themes of regeneration and what that means to the Arhuaco people and their cosmovision. So, ¿querías presentarte?
Well, in the first place, I'd like to give you a greeting. I come from the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta, the Arhuaco tribe, from the capital of the Pueblo Arhuaco called Nabusimake, and my name is Bung Kwanimaku. It's my original name, and on my cedula it says Emilio Chaparro. Well, thank you very much to everyone. My name is Rogelio Torres. I come in representation of the culture and in representation of the voice of the forest, the voice of the water, and the voice of nature. And I come here to share and to bring a message from the Sierra.
We are very honored, as Rogelia said, to receive these voices of the forest, of the water, of nature. And we will be very pleased to receive what you have to share. Entonces, la regeneración, hablamos de la regeneración, que es un tema nuevo para la cultura occidental, pero es algo muy profunda ya en la cultura indígena. Entonces queremos saber por qué definamos lo que es la regeneración, pero nosotros nos gustaría saber la definición para ustedes qué es regeneración. So, what is regeneration for a culture that has these principles already so entrenched? But for Western culture is something that we are just discovering.
Well, in our original language, we say Egwandi, Duni. Thank you very much. We are Green Nation, the natural world, where nature is the owner of all life and the life of humanity. We are living beings, and we exist and maintain ourselves in this natural world. So when it comes to regeneration, we see those who exist now destroying the forests and the natural world. We need to start firstly by energetically repairing with the universal codes, because everything is being affected. In that sense, we are available, at least in the Green Nations, to start accelerating regeneration, both materially and spiritually. And, well, I believe that the term regeneration is being adapted from an outside system. And I think that this is allowing people, they're starting to see that something is being damaged. And they're starting to see that there's been destruction. And in that sense, they're starting to see that there has to be regeneration. So from there, it enters language. But this word has to be also accompanied by a real life. And I think that the term being regenerative has two pillars or elements that are important. Firstly, the energetic connection and the vibration that needs to be there. More than just putting yourself to plant trees, more than just to say that we're going to create mangroves. If it doesn't have life, then it's really just becoming an artificial element. So in the term regenerative, we really have to look at it as the natural world looks at it. So it's important To look at it and see, to be doing it and also be looking at how the natural world is existing. When the natural world is in harmony, there's more life, there's more elements, there's more compost, there's more birds, there's more good vibrations. But when somebody tries to do something after it's been destroyed, the life isn't the same because there's a natural cycle. The energy that is in the nature, the connection that's there, we have to start understanding that there's those two logics. The first one is what the indigenous people are doing around the world and how they relate to nature. And secondly, how the artificial systems and the people supporting them can be connected to and realizing that they are creating damages. Coming to a term of regeneration, putting those two pillars together is really important.
Yeah. In that sense, there's a couple of things to showcase from the way that they use words in Spanish to how that can affect us in English. For one, there's the word vida. And vida for them is like an energetic component compared to as we see it as life. In general, it's a vague concept. So something for us to discover more is how they use the word vita and what life really means, where that vita, that Latin seam, relates to what is now. To put what they said into a small sense, since our time here is short, on a more spiritual level, behind what is regeneration in the material plane, their understanding has a very in-depth aspect of what they call the universal codes, which are energetic structures and what they refer to as documents that exist. So first, on regeneration, for them, it's first to look at that before the physical plane. And that needs to be regenerated itself because of the works that have been done. As Rogelio explained, regeneration has been invented as a term because there has been destruction, where their understanding of the natural world and how it lives, how it is in harmony, doesn't need to be regenerated. So this is a new term that's coming up that's allowing this bridge to happen for our cultures to start really understanding what needs to be done in order to know what is regeneration. And firstly, there's the spiritual aspect, and then comes the physical aspect of having things in harmony, which brings more life, which is it's an energy force that goes through these structures. And that creates more trees, creates more birds, creates more insects, creates more compost, all those things. So there's two different aspects to focus on, the spiritual and energetic side, and then the material side, terminating in the fact that regeneration is being invented now because of the destructions that have come from our societies.
I was fascinated by this idea of the two pillars of the spiritual sense of regeneration and the physical sense of regeneration. And my natural curiosity goes to knowing or wanting to know how they see their role in regeneration in a degenerated world. Mi curiosidad se va directamente a saber cómo se ven sus roles y tal vez sus responsabilidades en un mundo degenerado y cómo se manifiesta en sus proyectos.
In our regenerative project, Green Nation, it is to conserve what exists, because what has already been destroyed, we need to start making sure people become conscious of what the artificial systems materials have, so we can start using them to protect and defend the natural world, the one that is in charge of our life.
Sí, yo creo que
Yeah. So more than just being Arhuacos, our function is to assure that there is life for perpetuity. And our work is to start to develop and exercise to bring this message to society and look for other forms of living, to look for something that is more aligned with nature. And on another side, we have to motivate, go to the different spaces and places, mountains, the ones that have connections to the Sierra, and activate them, look at them, analyze them, and see how we can make sure that they're connected and they're functioning normally, so that the rain is functioning, so that the birds are functioning. Because in reality, we are just one little part of nature. Well-being is nature. This is our work. So we need to secure these universal biological corridors, the lakes and mountains, so that they aren't intervened with by man, who is wishing to gain monetary benefits from them. This is our work and our message. In the Sierra, we do a work to reclaim different mountains that have been mined and degenerated, so that they can recuperate and regenerate, allowing our spiritual authorities to do their traditional, cultural, and environmental works, so that the territories are completing their functions. This is our work.
Mm. I've enjoyed this idea that nature is the owner of life, el dueño de la vida. And I think it's appropriate now to understand your work with Sun Nation, because we have this collective task to turn away from the individualism that causes degeneration. And so my question is, how can we move collectively and support indigenous tribes, yourselves, and others to accomplish this work? Entonces, mi pregunta siguiente es, obviamente tenemos una tarea de ver más al colectivo que al individuo, y que podemos coordinar para alcanzar esa meta de regenerar y establecer un mundo regenerativo. Entonces, ¿cómo podemos, nosotros como cultura occidental y los demás, apoyar a los tribus indígenas para alcanzar esa meta?
Yes, because us as original peoples, we have come with these codes and original laws from the natural world, which is the universe, which is the owner of life. The human being isn't the owner of life. The owner of life is nature, the natural world. And the planet Earth has a heart. It is called the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta. It is constituted with all of the mountains from around the world, the mountains in the bottom of the ocean, the mountains from all the different countries. So we are going to start regenerating in the heart of the world, the place that is the most fragile. There, we need to protect, because when the heart gets attacked, it creates disharmony within the majority of humanity. This directs humans to start using more of the artificial world, the technologies, the man-made systems. Because of that, we need to start looking and see how we can conserve the heart. Because us, what we take care of is universal, the life of humanity, and the heart of the world. The Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta is the patrimony of humanity. So it isn't just about the original peoples, it's for everyone. So we invite the majority of society to firstly come conserve the heart of the world, because the heart provides water for everyone. There are more than 36 rivers, 618 streams, 200 lakes, all of the different climates and thermic floors. And what we take care of is the patrimony of life, the humanity of the world. So we invite everyone. And from there, we can start connecting different mountains from different countries. For this reason, we have come, and we have this responsibility. So we invite the majority of humans to come and form themselves, not so much inform themselves.
¿Puede comentar sobre el trabajo de la Nación del Sol? Y tenemos...
Sun Nation is because the human being only sees where you can see light, only where the sun is illuminating. So from there, they think, oh, we must develop. But in reality, the world is very well developed. It's very well constituted and very well regulated. But from there, we need to start seeing with the rays of the sun how we can start protecting the natural world so that the natural world and Green Nation starts to give life. I think the big message is for ones to come into a big reflection of consciousness. And the second is to start protecting our territories and our forests.
So our task going forward is to support people like Bung Quanimaktu y Rogelio and the tribes that they represent to conserve the territories that they are stewards of and to support projects like Sun Nation.